You could retire with a guaranteed paycheck for the rest of your life and still lie awake at night, thinking you don't have enough. That's exactly what happened to a firefighter named Mike Delgado out of Tampa, Florida. 26 years on the job, a pension, a wife, 2 grown kids, and still, every time he scrolled his phone, there it was. Another headline, another number. $2 million. That's what you need to retire, they said. Mike didn't have $2 million. He had about $400,000 in his deferred comp account and a pension check that would land around $4,200 a month. So he did the math the way most people do it. He looked at that $400,000 and he panicked. Because nobody ever told him the truth about what a pension actually is. Not income, not just a check that shows up on the first of the month. An asset, a massive one. And most people who have one have no idea how much it's actually worth. Here's a question that changes everything, and almost nobody asks it. If you walked into an insurance company today and handed over a lump sum of cash and said, "Turn this into a guaranteed check for the rest of my life, no matter how long I live," what would that cost you? For someone Mike's age, generating $4,200 a month, guaranteed, for life, could easily require somewhere close to $700,000 to $900,000 handed over to an insurer. You can check current annuity quotes yourself. The numbers move, but they're not small. So that pension check Mike was almost embarrassed about, it wasn't some consolation prize. It was worth more than his entire retirement account. And here's the part that really stings when you think about it. Almost every retirement number you've ever seen in a headline, that 1.3 million, that 2 million, assumes you have nothing like this. No floor, no safety net, just a pile of money you have to make last 30 years on your own, hoping the market cooperates. That's not Mike's situation. That was never Mike's situation. But nobody sat him down and explained the difference. So he kept comparing himself to a number that was never built for him in the first place. Let's talk about what actually happens to people without that floor, because it makes the picture a lot clearer. Take a woman named Denise, a marketing director out of Columbus, Ohio. No pension. Just a 401k she built up over 30 years, sitting around $1.1 million when she retired at 62. Denise needed about $95,000 a year to live the way she wanted. Social Security covered maybe $32,000 of that. The rest, $63,000, every single year, had to come out of her portfolio. Then 2022 happened. Her $1.1 million dropped to around $800,000. But she still needed that $63,000 to live on, so she kept pulling it out of an account that had just lost a chunk of its value. Market's down, and you're withdrawing anyway. That's called a double loss. And it's how people who look wealthy on paper end up running out of money in their 80s. Now go back to Mike. His pension and Social Security together cover almost $11,000 a month. That's basically his entire lifestyle. Covered, no matter what the stock market does tomorrow, next year, or during the next crash. His $400,000 isn't holding up his roof. It's sitting there for something else entirely. So what is it for? This is the part almost nobody explains to people with a pension, and it's the part that changes how you should think about your entire retirement. Your savings was never meant to be your income engine. Your pension already does that job. Your savings is your freedom engine. It's there so you can take the trip to Portugal without checking your account balance first. It's there so you can help your daughter with a down payment. It's there so you can write a check to the church, or the animal shelter, or whatever cause actually matters to you, without flinching. That's a completely different relationship with money than spending down a portfolio just to keep the lights on. But there's one thing hiding in that account that most people never plan for. And it's not the market, it's taxes. If most of Mike's $400,000 sits in a pre-tax account, a 457 plan, say, then every dollar that comes out gets taxed as regular income. Add in his pension. Add in Social Security. And by the time he turns 73, the government requires him to start pulling money out, whether he needs it or not. Those required withdrawals stack right on top of everything else he's already earning. Which means the years right after retirement, before those required withdrawals kick in, can be a window. A chance to convert some of that pre-tax money into a Roth account, pay the tax now, while rates might be lower, and let the rest grow completely tax-free from then on. It won't make sense for everyone. It depends on the numbers. But it's worth understanding, because that window closes eventually. And after that, the decision isn't really yours anymore. Here's what Mike figured out. Eventually, after months of comparing himself to a number that was never his to chase, he wasn't behind. He was never behind. He had built something most people spend their whole lives trying to buy from an insurance company. A guaranteed, can't outlive it paycheck. And the $400,000 sitting quietly in his account wasn't a report card on whether he'd saved enough. It was permission. Permission to actually enjoy what he'd spent 26 years building. If you've got a pension, and you've been quietly comparing your savings account to some number you saw in a headline, stop. That number was built for someone else's retirement, not yours. The real question was never, do I have enough? It's what are you going to do with what you have? Want more of this simple, honest breakdowns of pensions, savings, and retirement without the fear-based headlines? Subscribe to Money IQ Pro. We break down exactly how money really works, one real story at a time.